steam, call the morning steam. It's time. Call the morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover. That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, and a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show for Thursday, March 20th. We're set and ready for the two biggest days of the sports betting calendar. It's time for the NCAA tournament March Madness official. Here, yes, you can count other games or whatever. We know this is what it's all about today. We're just hours away right now from kicking off the brackets and getting ready for our full day of coverage here on the Sports Money Network, including my show, Mikey's show, and more here on NCAA Tournament Thursday. 16 games. We'll go over half of them here. We've got a big network here. We're going to have coverage from Mikey later on. I'll cover the early action here. He's got his plays late. Of course, we'll have other coverage here on the channel. Haven't been able to totally confirm yet what we're looking at here. This is a big day. I'd like to be ready, but we'll find out what we have in store for you here on the Sports Money Network. If not, I'll make some appearances throughout YouTube, I guess, today. Hopefully you caught me yesterday over at the Nuke the House channel with coverage over there with Sean Fox and his NBA props coverage. Man, what a night. When you think about what we saw last night, now I want to talk NCAA basketball, certainly, but don't want to miss the best story of the night last night in the NBA. How about it, you guys, with Sandro Mamukelashvili, the incredible performance of Mamukelashvili. Mamu had a huge night, one of the greatest nights in the history of the league. He shot the lights out last night for the Spurs, a record-setting performance, basically most points in minutes played. 34 points in 19 minutes, the first player ever in NBA history to do that. Not Jordan, not Bird, not Magic, not LeBron. Who else could I throw in there? No, it was Sandro Mamukelashvili, a career-high 34 points, 13 of 14 shooting in 19 minutes of action. He was 7 of 7 from three-point range. He got mobbed by Flava Flav, and also joining the likes of some pretty good talent there for NBA players to score 30 or more points in fewer than 20 minutes played. So great performance by Mamukelashvili yesterday. Kind of stole the show late last night with his performance, but we had obviously some other great games yesterday, NCAA tournament action. We're getting ready for tonight, but there was some other games last night as teams played into the bracket, and we'll keep you abreast on all the steam that's in here. A lot of it's already come in the tournament today, but last night we did have a winner here on the show with Xavier and Texas game to go over. That was our pick here on the show. Xavier with a great performance to come back in that game against Texas. They were down big, but they really rallied kind of behind that home court advantage. The momentum came along, and that's what kind of propelled Xavier. Yes, they got out some outstanding play in the end and ended up covering the spread pretty easy in a pseudo home game there. We said, we talked about the home court. I still didn't necessarily believe in it myself, We did have the winner there on the over. And also, we didn't get it done with team consensus. I hope I was cautioning everyone there a little bit, but American did not get it done. Mount St. Mary's with the convincing victory. No doubt American lost their best player in the first half for the remainder of the game with the knee injury, but they were already down 10 at that point, or 10 at halftime anyway. They were a little bit closer when their top player went out of the game, but it ended up being kind of big time there to lose your star there. So American did not get it done. Team consensus. So that was thwarted the parlay there a little bit. So other games in the NIT, we did have some winners consensus. Team Steam, you guys did it. I did it. I was along for the ride. UAB and St. Joe's game to go under yesterday. We also had a winner here on the show, Samford and George Mason game to go over. I had a premium pick winner in the game between Bradley there yesterday and you guys had the consensus pick there as well. Just want to make sure we got that in there with that Bradley game. That was a team consensus winner. So we were hitting them, just didn't hit them all. But in the game, Bradley and North Alabama, I had the premium pick winner on the over, and you guys had Bradley, or I had it with you there yesterday on the show. Bradley over North Alabama, easily covering that spread, despite missing their two top players mentioned here. You guys in the chat, great job on that. Didn't affect Bradley. We were all on them still. Also, premium pick winner for me, Furman and North Texas game to go over. I had the Mean Green laying those points yesterday. And also, late night, we had UCI getting the cover on the show here over Northern Colorado, and also late winners. We rolled them there late, right? Utah State and USF game to go over. Also Loyola Chicago, San Jose State to go over. We got on a little bit of a roll there on the show. Also NBA, plenty of winners. It felt like last night we had a premium pick winner on the Houston Rockets and their game. We had the over here on the show. Also brought home the winner with the total here with Detroit and Miami game yesterday. Is Miami finally got one there, finally kind of breaking the ice there a little bit in that game. Or I'm sorry, Detroit got the win. Forgive me, I'm a little tilted on that one actually. Detroit didn't get the money, but also winners here on the show, New Orleans and Minnesota game to go over. San Antonio Spurs, premium pick winner for me yesterday. Also, Oklahoma City Thunder. We had them over Philadelphia in that blowout. I had a winner here on the show also with late night. We swept them. Portland over Memphis, Lakers over Denver after those personnel issues. We did recommend going under in both the Memphis-Portland game and the Denver-Lakers game as premium pick winners yesterday. I also hit the premium pick winner with Cleveland and Sacramento game to go over. So premiums were hot in the NBA. Hopefully you'll join me today. Maybe we can get some winners there in the NBA and NHL. We're covering that too, don't forget. And again, just 8 games we're previewing here, the early games of the card. Hopefully, Mikey will have some great picks for you. Hopefully, everything's all right. And he'll have some picks for you there on pre-gaming tonight at 6 Eastern and 3 Pacific. And hopefully, we have that live coverage scheduled for you tonight. Also, don't forget to check out the posts tab on YouTube where we have our March Madness tournament. You still have a chance to get in on some merch with the crew. And also, how do you stack up against us if you entered in your ESPN bracket? You don't need to do much else. Just go to the post tab and click on the Fantasy ESPN link in there for the March Madness contest. Want to see how all of us stack up? We're all in a little pool together. And if you see my picks in there, don't mistake those for picks against the spread. They're a little bit, you got to have a little bit of game theory when you're going up against a top-notch group like you guys. So check that out. Also, underway right now in the Valspar Championship. We've got golf action, and Mikey has his top plays over there. I want you to check him out for sure because he's hot a little bit early here with the tournament, you want to check out his plays over in the post tab for the Valspar. And I've got my plays also out there as well. And I'll show you how to get those in just a moment. We say hello to everyone in the chat. We get ready for an incredible day of action here. Joe T is first with us, and he's got action here already. He says take whiskey in the first half. He's got the over there in the game between Arkansas and Kansas in that high-profile matchup. He's also got the over there in the game between High Point and Purdue. Good morning to Joe W. Johnny Walker is here today. Spoons is ready to go, and he's got his picks. How about it? He's got the Ville in that early action today against Creighton. He's got BYU in that game against VCU, and he's got UCSD there over Michigan. Thank you to Spoons. Robert McCormick is here today. Joe talked about those polls. See how the community likes the games, really, who's going to win the games over there with our community poll. Also, play women's action today. They've opened up the tournament. Hopefully you were with me over on the Nuke the House channel yesterday. I gave out a live winner in the first women's game, play-in game with Iowa State, and also gave out a live winner with the over in the game between Southern and UC San Diego. It wasn't hard. It was only 112, and it went well over that. Maybe it was a little bit tricky there, but wasn't flipping coins. I've seen UCSD women play a few times this season on the ESPN Plus, so they were able to go over in that game, and Southern crushed them, however, to advance in the tournament as well. I'll have a pick in the women's game here tonight with you here on the show. Don't let me forget. All right. Thomas Lewis is here. He says, hello, everyone. Like this video. Subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube, while other channels are paring down their coverage of shows. They're taking off shows. They're limiting the shows. They're shortening the shows. They're wrapping up the channels. They're not on the channels anymore. We're here on the Sports Money Network. Myself and Mikey bookending it every weekday right here. Make no mistake, we're not going anywhere. Oldie, good morning, James Farm. What a day to have a Sports Money Network, huh? Thomas, I think these might be his plays today with Louisville, Michigan, and Missouri. Charles Sharp even wants to stop by today. Great to see you, Charles, there. I love that avatar there. Looks like I want to say that is a rowing rowing paddle, I want to say there. Looks like it for sure. All right, let's see who else. AOD talking about he's not going to let me talk bad about this Detroit team. They got the win yesterday with that. Hey, let's not forget about how it got done. That incredible bank shot yesterday by Cade from the top of the key to win it late. Abel said, Lakers and over, score. Mark's Reviews. How have you been, Mark's Reviews? Great to see you here. He's got Louisville on the money line today. And Abel's here. Good morning. And Doubles is ready to go. Thank you, Doubles. He's ready. And let's see who else. Charles maybe likes the cards in that one. Dimitri Mamo. Good morning. And he's done a great job for us here. Hey, Anonymous, I don't know who he is, but he's got Michigan State over Gonzaga in his bracket. Thank you, Anonymous. I wonder if it's the guy with the real Anonymous, right? R. Tops, good morning. Cliff Floyd, hello, Cliff. Great to see you on this big day. Philly Eagle Flyer as well. Joe Alvarado, good morning. All right, like I said, we're going to preview 8 games here of the 16. Might be a little bit of a disappointment. I'm going to show you how to keep in touch with me today to get more picks from me. I got to make a few, appearances out there, okay? Going to make a little media tour on a day like today, so I'll have more picks. Let me save some picks. We also got a huge NHL card. I don't know if anybody even cares, but we're going to try our best to at least give out some plays on the 14-game NHL card. Probably going to skip at least one of them there. All right. Want to let everyone know how you can get more plays from me today. I'm not going to be doing every game. And if you want to get more plays from me, including some of my night action, you got to go over to winnable.com. This is it. This isn't a drill. This is a real thing. So we're going to have to tuck a few games away, and hopefully you'll consider subscribing to my plays. I think they call that a tease. Look, we want to get you signed up, at least on the free picks. I sent out my golf plays over there. If you want to get my golf plays, go over there right now to winnable.com/Ramon and sign up. You can find my golf plays are free over there, and that's how I get you reeled in with some winners, hopefully, and then get you to join me with the high-priced premium picks. It's 56 cents a day when you use the promo code STEAM and choose the 1-month package. So really, it's just how you support me here on the channel, and I'll keep you going with plays all day long. I send out a couple of packages here. Look, NBA, man, we're sending out late because of the personnel. We didn't even have it all down necessarily yesterday, but we had it right. And most of those personnel situations, everyone wants to complain, but I see I follow the injury reports. I see the patterns. I talked about it with Sean Fox last night, how to be ahead of the curve a little bit. Make sure you get an incredible line like we did with the Lakers there last night, of course, and the under, right? And we talked about the line will move when you see things like that. And that's what we had in those games. So please check me out over there at winnable.com. I got my golf plays up there right now. The golf is underway, as I said. And I can't get over it. I want you to look at Mike's plays on the post tab, but I got to mention he's on Sam Burns here for a first round outright leader at 30-1 for a third of a unit. So right now, Sam Burns tied atop the leaderboard. Long way to go today. Harley Hall up there, 2 under. Hoey's up there at 2 under. Steven Yeager, 2 under. Keith Mitchell, 2 under. Big groups at 2 under. Johnny Vegas, 2 under. Benny On, 1 under. Bezuidenhout, 1 under. Echeverria, 1 under. Kitayama. So a long way to go today with the golf this weekend, but you can get my picks over at winnable.com. All right. Man, what excitement here today.
Steam play.
Thank you for joining me. We're getting some steam coming in right now and some of our action here today. Let me go over some of it here. Let me bring myself back on screen. Where am I at? All right, there we go. We're back and get ready for our big day today. Soccer today, modest card here for soccer bettors today, including World Cup qualifiers here. We just saw Australia crush over Indonesia. Japan beat Bahrain 2-0. South Korea played to a 1-1 tie. Lots of action there. But over here in the States, today we've got CONCACAF Nations League semifinal tonight in LA with Panama and USA. They'll play that one in the early game and then followed by Mexico and Canada, the home team. Just kidding. But the 2 games today, Panama and USA, Mexico and Canada, CONCACAF Nations League featured coverage in soccer tonight. There's also domestically US Open Cup, UEFA Nations League. It's a heavy card. It's just that, not any club action today, mostly on the international slate there. And like I said, they're playing that one at that doubleheader there at SoFi. So we'll get ready for the big games. The Louisville and Creighton 8-9 battle. A&M and Yale, we'll take a look at the contrast there. Michigan and UCSD. You got the 5-12 with these UCSD 3-point bomb artists. Number 1, Auburn in action. Purdue and High Point mentioned there earlier. Number 1 seeded Houston. Clemson and McNeese, are they built for it? Talking about the Cowboys and Gonzaga and Georgia. You guys already talked about some of the picking Gonzaga, but that's a huge 8-9. Somebody going home. All right. And let's go into the chat and see a few more folks and get going with this show because we got to get off the air here in a short while. All right. A few more here with Caps. Hello, he's ready for the madness today. I'm excited. Abel likes USA Mexico parlay. All right, ready to go? Are you ready to go? I got all my notes here, and I'm kind of so excited to get to it. Want to make sure you all know that we do have also, in addition to all this coverage of March Madness, we do have First Strike filmed last night and up, ready, and available right now under the videos tab for UFC Fight Night in London this Saturday. Edwards versus Brady at the O2 Arena. And we had the guys come by with their best bets, talking about Fanatical Jim. I'm talking about Sub. I'm talking about Jeff. I'm talking about Mikey Money with their best plays. Pardon me. With their best plays for today or for Saturday's action, and we'll have, of course, our live coverage here this weekend, and also catch my show with VB MMA Picks, sponsored by SXBet, the world's largest blockchain betting exchange. We previewed 4 fights, including that main event and 3 other fights for Saturday night, and that one's available in the live tab here. We had Lucrative James, very popular poster and MMA handicapper from social media. He's got a big following, and we had a big audience. So check it out. VB MMA Picks and First Strike. Get you ready for the action here this weekend. Okay. Now, back to the show and try to calm my excitement and get started with the games. First off, like I said, I'm involved here. I don't know what I need, but I've got lots of futures here, but I don't think they're all going to be profitable, unfortunately. Maybe I have a little too many. Alabama, Auburn, Kansas, Creighton. These are just ones I put throughout the year. I didn't, have any rhyme nor reason to it. I can't even profit on a couple of these, but, we got some long shots like Creighton, Memphis, Illinois, and some heavy hitters as well with Iowa State, Tennessee, St. John's, and I got a long shot play on Clemson. I got a Final Four plays, Mississippi State and Florida. So I'm ready to go with our coverage today. Like I said, 8 games we'll preview right now, and what'll happen here is I'll be on at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. I'll give you more night games there. Then you'll get Mikey Money, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific, more night games there, and then we'll have our coverage later tonight. I'm sure we'll have more plays for you here. Stick with us on the Sports Money Network. This is your place to be for tournament coverage. All right. Let's roll with Justin here and get ready. Johnny Walker like USA and Mexico. All right. Ready to roll here. We're going in chronological order. These are the day games only here for the next 2 days. We'll preview the day games. That's how we're going to do it. When we get to the weekend, you know what we'll do. We're going to, since we're the only show on the weekends as far as the regular shows, we'll cover all the games on the weekend when we get down to 32 and work our way to the Sweet 16. Okay. Creighton and Louisville here. You guys are already chiming in with your opinions here on this one, with Louisville now a 3-point favorite. They've been moving up here a little bit overnight. Maybe was some 2.5s there early with the Ville favorite, and the total here 145.5 in this one. And let's take a look here with this matchup. Let me get through my notes here a little bit. Make sure we got the right previews here. Okay, here we go. All right. For Creighton here, they come in after a second place finish in conference play, 15-5 in the Big East. Creighton went 24-10. They've won 4 of their last 5 games coming in. Blue Jays have won their first round game in 4 consecutive seasons. It's all been there, done that when it comes to the Blue Jays in the first round. We know Louisville's been there and done it all in their history here, but still, game here where Creighton 7-4 in non-conference play. They played a top 50 strength of schedule in non-conference play this season. Creighton was 6-8 versus top 50 opponents, and this is only the second time in Creighton's last 10 NCAA appearances that they've actually had a seed lower than number 8. So, this is a good spot for them. I respect everybody there on Louisville. Unfortunately, I'm on a futures play, as I just said, on Creighton. So what can I do? I'm not the type to be going hedging here, at least not yet. In a first round game, we're rolling with Creighton. I got 27.50 to win 1370. Is that right? I think that's right on Creighton. So pretty big long shot there. Probably one of my longest shots to win it all. But I'm on them, so I got to take them here at +3. No disrespect to the Louisville folks. That's just the way it shook out. I'm not going to go against Creighton necessarily. Louisville's won 21 of their last 23 games overall coming into this one. I mean, come on. We're actually looking pretty great. We could make fun of maybe how the ACC went down a little bit this year, but I don't think Louisville was part of that. I think Louisville looked like some of the other iterations of Louisville from years past, but still, I'm stuck on Creighton. I hope you guys understand and respect that a little bit. Both teams come in here off their tournament losses, of course. It was Creighton losing to St. John's. They didn't get the money in there, and that stopped their winning streak. And Louisville also was on a winning streak before they got beat by Duke and did not cover the spread in that one. Cardinals, they haven't been to the NCAA tournament in 5 years, believe it or not. Or 6 years, I think. So that really, I said Creighton wins first round games. Louisville is still that. They still got that UL, baby. But they haven't been in the tournament here of late. Louisville 5-6 versus top 50s. Last 3 years, though, ACC teams 11-4 in the first round. So see what you guys have here in this one. You think of Coach Kelsey and where he's come from. Granted, they were, when he coached Winthrop and Charleston, they didn't win first round games, but again, those were smaller teams in smaller leagues, obviously. All right, underdogs are hot in 8-9 games over the last 6 years. Underdogs in 8-9 games have gone 20-4 against the spread. I'm on Creighton here in this one. All right, let's get your comments. Thank you I'm so excited for you guys to join me here. Thank you, Justin. It may be a day here. I'll hook you up, Justin. Thank you so much. Got a sawbuck at least, or a pizza coming your way anyway, hopefully with some good quality pizza there. Thank you, Justin. And like I said, I owe you more than just $22.50, man. I owe you hundreds of dollars for all the winners you gave me over the years. Thank you so much to Justin for that winner. Thomas is going to be on the Cardinals game to go over here. Justin's got Creighton. He's got the over here as well in that one. I would say these two teams kind of trend under, but I get it. Louisville 7-13. 7-18 to the under as a favorite here for Louisville, but Justin on the over here, R. Thompson on the over, Abel on the over, Robert's got Louisville, James Farm Louisville, consensus Louisville. Tough to say whether I'd back. I would. If I didn't have to take Creighton. I don't have to take them, but that's the way I play this. I don't, say one thing and do the other. And then, I liked this Creighton team when I made that play quite a long time ago. I think I've mentioned every futures play that I've made somewhere on the show. When I made it the night before, I said it the next day. So you probably remember, and maybe not that one, but you remember me saying I've added this future or whatever. Louisville says they are not going to be able to stop the big man. He's got the experience. He's got the But oh no, Thomas says it's not a consensus here because of did we get enough? I see a lot of Louisville's in there. I don't see many Creighton, but we got Justin obviously on Creighton. I'm on Creighton a little bit, and uh, let's see that. Oh, Justin, you got it. Justin. Man, Justin. You get a year of my back. I'm not saying that it's some here. Take my package, but so to speak. Thank you so much, Justin. Oh man, you're making me feel good today. Thank you. All right. Okay. So Thomas says though there has been enough on the over here in this one. He says maybe the over should be, or maybe he typed it in wrong. That might be it too. So over is the consensus play. Look, you guys are definitely liking the over. I'm trying to tell you about these Louisville unders here a little bit. Also, Creighton 4-6 to the under as a dog, but Trevor's on Louisville here. And that's it. Okay. Should be a great game. That one's first up on the Madness. Imagine that. Good game to start us off, huh? Charles Sharp on the cards, too. You sure the cards aren't a consensus play in there? Maybe it was because we had some really good handicappers with Creighton. But like I said, I'm on Creighton on a futures play, so I'm going to grab the points and keep it rolling. Now, if it was if I was in line here to, hey, I try to be realistic here. You guys, hey, this is your honest handicapper here. If I was in line to win $1,370 on Creighton in this game, we'd be doing something with Louisville money line, or even if it was a Sweet 16 game, we might at least throw in at least a little bit and make some money. Joe T is on Creighton. Thomas is on the cards. All right. Oh, no. Whoa, he has done it. He says that there was enough surge there for that. It's consensus. I don't want to say totally going against Ramon Scott, but maybe it is. All right. I'm down. I'm up for the challenge here. Ray, good morning on March Madness Thursday. All right. And let's go to the next one here. Another highly conversed game with High Point taking on Purdue in a 4-13 matchup. High Point comes in, conference champions, with a winning streak here, of course, and they've been covering the spread too, always as a favorite, really, in conference play. A terrific season for High Point. This is the first time all season that High Point is an underdog, actually. Purdue, 14-11 against the spread as a favorite. High Point has won 14 in a row coming into this one. It's the first time ever for High Point in the NCAA tournament. That might catch some people by surprise. They've had a nice program over the years here a little bit. They did play one top 100 team this year. They won over North Texas, 76-71. We saw North Texas there last night with that win and cover. Panthers went 10-3 in their non-conference schedule. They also beat UAB this season, another pretty decent team there in the NIT. High Point has a pretty stellar offense, no doubt about it. Probably a top 15 in effective field goal percentage this season on the metric sites. But over the last 8 years, Big South teams have gone 1-7 against the spread in the first round. So I don't know if that takes you off of them a little bit. They are pretty popular here for sure among cappers, even among the public. They're in a 13-4 spot. They're kind of in a situation here where they're kind of, a public dog. I think that's just the way it is with this one and High Point. For Purdue here, they've lost 6 of their last 9 games coming into this one, but they're still a big favorite here by 8. 154 is the total now. It seems to have gone up here a little bit. I want to update that here. There we go. Because my play is going to be on the over in this game between Purdue and High Point. For Purdue here, they are 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 first-round games. In the last 3 years, Big Ten teams are 13-8-1 against the spread in first-round games. The last 6 years, the underdogs have done it again. When you're talking the 13-4 matchup, underdogs are 16-8 against the spread in the last 6 years in the NCAA tournament when the 4 meets the 13 there in the first round. So taking the points is kind of where it's at. But again, High Point, not a good spread team. Let's go to the chat here. Not a good spread team in the Big South, not a good spread conference in the first round. That's what I mean to say. But is this High Point team highly above that? All right. I feel like a lot of cappers were on the over with me. Let's go to the chat. See what you have here. I think Juan was going under in that last game. I'm not sure. Here's Justin. He likes the over with me. He put his play in long before I said mine. So did everyone here. How about that? Thomas likes High Point. R. Thompson went over. Robert does like Purdue, but he likes over with me. He likes Purdue there. Mr. Tomatoes there again. Thank you. Also, Razor, hello. Enjoy the time there. We've got our friends meeting in San Antonio. We've got our other friends here meeting in Las Vegas, and they won't even let me out of this tiny little studio here for March Madness. But that's okay. I'll be on the air here giving out picks for everyone. You guys enjoy the March Madness. And Razor says he's getting his plays in late, and he's got to have a VPN or something here. He can't get his plays in on the flight. What is it? International. Hey, I don't know if you saw this, Razor. I hope you're still there. But look, there may be a solution here. I talked about it yesterday. It's kind of a funny thing, but if you are an investor and use the Robinhood app, it's kind of funny. In Robinhood, you can actually trade the March Madness basketball tournament on the app. So they've got some things lined up there where you can go into and bet on the tournament here with some of their prediction markets. Now they're just straight up plays, but there you see, like, for example, the Michigan UCSD game. You click on it and they have some contracts. Bet $1, right? You bet 60 cents on Michigan, you get $1 back exactly. You bet 42 cents on UCSD, you get $1 back, and that's how they're doing it. So maybe a little, if you're desperate and you need to get something in while you're on the flight. I don't think Robinhood is going to be blocked, but maybe it is. I don't know. All right. But I did a few plays on there on the kind of where I saw some market inefficiencies, really, or also maybe there's a few little hedges in there that I have. Okay, let's see what else we've got here in this one. We've got Charles Sharp on Purdue as well. All right. Appreciate that, everyone. Really appreciate it. And Razor Justin, with thinking about you and your family on your sorrowful anniversary there. Much love to you, as always. All right. And there we go. I'm on it. I'm on in this one, the over with Purdue and High Point. All right. Let's go now to Montana taking on Wisconsin here in this one. Look, Montana's been here before, certainly, to the NCAA tournament, but not for the last 6 years. They're back. The Grizzlies, another 14 seed here. They've won 14 of their last 15 games coming in. Montana was 0-4 against top 100 teams this season, losing by 4 points, 12 points, 31 points, and 35 points to some various opponents. Montana, pretty strong offensively for sure, a top 15 effective field goal percentage team. Big Sky Conference, last 17 years. This is a pretty big sample, but Big Sky's been a pretty consistent league as far as their teams in there. They are 0-17 in the first round and 3-13-1 against the spread in the first round. So, and they've always been like this. It's not like some Big Sky teams come in there and they're a 5-point dog. It's always like this. Wisconsin, though, has lost 4 of its last 9 coming in, but the Badgers have taken care of business against teams outside the top 100, which Montana actually is. Wisconsin 4-2 against the spread in their last 6 first-round games. These Badgers did go up against Montana State. I do kind of compare the two programs and their play this year. Yeah, Montana's here, but Wisconsin won that game 79-67 back on November 12th. Last 5 years in the NCAA tournament, I kind of hinted at it, right? Talking about the 13-4, the 5-12, and the perceptions of where it is, right? And yeah, they're 3-14. Some people say this is the new 5-12, although I would say that 4-13 is, because the 3 seeds are actually 13-7 against the spread over the 14 seeds in the last 5 years. So usually the favored teams, usually by the 14 versus 13 versus 14 versus 3, it's always going to be around this spread right here, and usually the favorite coming in there nearly 2/3 of the time. So, all right, let's go to the chat here and see what you guys have in this one with Montana and Wisconsin here. Game number 3. This one's in Denver, by the way, so Montana could be a little bit of an advantage for them here. And also a note, Wisconsin played their games a little bit later here in the championship before the turnaround here. Let's go to the chat and see what you guys have here with these two. Both good spread teams. Wisconsin 14-10 against the spread as a favorite. Montana 8-5 against the spread as a dog. Montana 7-2-1 in their last 10 games ATS. See what you have here. Cash Kane like in Wisconsin. Justin says, I like Wisconsin big here. Cash Kane under. Thomas Lewis on the over. Roberts on the over here in this one between Wisconsin and Montana. You guys are liking the over here. Look, I think if you look at these two teams, it might be. Cash Kane then says blowouts don't go over. I would agree with that for the most part. I think blowouts in general are under. We know it's always a little bit not always 100% or even 60%, but just a little bit of a niche there for those blowouts here. Andrew G's here today. He's got a blowout. And Charles Sharp on Wisconsin. Good morning to Ava. How about under in the first half in the Wisconsin game? Well, I'll tell you what, Ava, I'm on the under here in this one. I'm going to go against some of my friends here, looks like in the chat, in the game between Wisconsin and Montana. You guys said the blowouts go under. Am I calling for a blowout? Anyways, I'll take the under here in this one with Montana and Wisconsin. Look, I can't shape it as an under necessarily because Montana wasn't over, particularly in conference play. They went 10-4 to the over as a dog. So there you go right there. But again, Wisconsin 12-13 to the under as a favorite. They were actually 8-2 to the over as an underdog. All right, I think that might be it there. And Joe says he thinks the best bet is Wisconsin first half. And our Tom says, give me Wisconsin game to go under with Ramon. All right, we're having a great time, man. I kind of wish we were doing all the games, but hey, got to save some for Mikey. And, we got plenty of coverage tonight. They did inform me we will be on the air tonight. Here, I got it here. Mikey sent me a message a few moments ago, giving us the time of the coverage. We're actually contemplating here. We're probably going to come on during the, I would imagine, maybe the crunch time of the early games, or maybe just as the early games are getting wrapped up, and then maybe cruise into the night time for the late coverage here. All this coverage will be on the Sports Money Network tonight, so you don't have to go anywhere. We're not going over there on Kick. You saw Razor in the chat there. They're in San Antonio having a good time. And shout out to all my friends right now. I'm really mad that they're not commenting. Obviously, they're all just getting there today a little bit, and I know a few of them got to be watching right now. And have a great time, you guys, at that event. All right. A really great group of people, no doubt about it. You know who they are. Okay, let's continue on right now in Edwardsville, taking on poor Edwardsville, right? Look, we've been around all year. We've talked about SIU Edwardsville probably about 5. I don't know. Would you say, you guys? 5 times maybe we've had them in the previews this year because of the day of the week they play on. They were a good team, obviously. We talked about them plenty, so we know about Edwardsville. And you got people on national TV that can't even get it right. They don't even know the, they don't know SIUE. They don't know, it seems like that they're just all about the big favorites and how we're going to dump them here against Edwardsville in this one. We've talked Edwardsville basketball this season. You guys know it. I know it. Still, they're a 4-touchdown favorite, an underdog against the Houston. I like the Cougars in this one, if you didn't know. Now you do. Edwardsville, also the Cougars. So Cougars are probably going to win this one with the SIU Cougars against the Houston Cougars here. SIU got hot there at the end, won those tournament games to advance. Great job. Covered the spread in 2 of them. They had to get that squeaker over Tennessee State, but they really drubbed SEMO 69-48. So you guys talked about blowouts being unders, right? What could happen here with the under of unders? Houston going up against Edwardsville. Edwardsville's won 8 of its last 11 and 3 straight coming in. This is their first trip to March Madness. Here they were 4-4 in their non-conference games this season. Were the SIUE Cougars. They went 0-2 against top 100 teams, losing by 19 and 32 points. Cougars, pretty good defensively, field goal percentage-wise. They're a top 40 effective field goal defense, but offensively, they're really, really weak, man. They're only a top 275 in effective field goal percentage, and you're going against a stymie team like Houston. In the last 4 years, Ohio Valley teams were 1-3 against the spread in the first round. For Houston, they've won 13 straight. They do have a top 5 field goal defense. Cougars 4-1 against the spread. Last 5 first-round games, they've been pretty solidly seated, laying big points, and they usually can get it done. They're having a great season. One incredible thing about this Houston team is how well they shoot 3-pointers. It really is, for this team, this has kind of been the step-up point in their game. The Cougars were undefeated against teams outside the top 100, like Edwardsville here. Now, number 1 seeds, how have they done over the last 4 years out of the pandemic? 9-7 against the spread. So it's almost a coin flip in this type of matchup. So let's see what you want to do here between SIU Edwardsville and Houston. The Cougars versus the Cougars. Cougarville. All right, here we go. Let's get it started. Maybe Juan likes the under. I don't know if it was this game or the last game, but Thomas likes the Edwardsville team total under. Doesn't know what that means. Here's Cash Kane, Houston first half spread. Justin says he's going to lay it here, first half and full game. Adam Scott just put his ball in the water, doing us Scott's a bad, and he's smiling about it.
Playing.
All right, let me continue on here with our picks. Robert likes the under here in this one, and our Tomps likes SIU Edwardsville in the first half. I'm going with the Houston Cougars to win and cover the big spread in this one, 28.5, whatever it is. I'm taking Houston as my play here on the show. Good morning to Mikey. Have a great day here today, Mike. We'll see you tonight. If I'm not passed out by then, hey, we got to go all day here in this one. So we'll see Mikey tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific. He'll cover the nighttime action. I'm only going over the first 8 games of March Madness here. Charles is on Houston as well. All right. I think that does it there for that one. Make a little note here. Okay. All right. Well, I think we've got to go to this breaking news here right now. Kind of awkward here in our March Madness, but I think we got to go to this one. All right, just on the ESPN update here, Nasty Nate. The Boston Celtics, it's been rumored and now it's official. The Boston Celtics have been sold for $6.1 million, billion, of course, the highest amount ever paid for a North American sports franchise. The Boston Celtics are sold to let's see here, to the group. Bill Chisholm is going to purchase the Celtics from the Grousbeck family for $6.1 billion. So that just in, the biggest sale of a franchise. I don't have much more on it. Just saw it actually come in right here. It's a sale of the Celtics here this morning. Been rumored a little bit throughout the months, and now you got it official here. Grousbeck will still run the team while the sale gets finalized here, but the Boston Celtics are under new ownership this morning. All right. Let's go back to the NCAA tournament here, but man, that's a big price tag here. I'm trying to remember, I'm here on this channel in my pursuit to buy the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm hoping that's why you need to subscribe to my picks. Trying to buy the Chargers and move and build a stadium. I'm going to build a stadium. I'm going to move them back to San Diego, and my legacy will be more than just some guy schlepping picks on YouTube. All right, Charles. Let's see who else we got here. Anything else with this game? Andrew says, look at that. Yeah, win the championship, cash out. All right, I think that's it from you guys in that one, and I'll take Houston to roll. Maybe a few tidbits on Houston there with some of the numbers. Again, they weren't a great spread team either this season. Edwardsville did go 18-12 ATS this year. Houston was pretty much just a break-even proposition there, but definitely when you talk about the over-under, Houston's gone under in 7 of their last 10, and also they were 13-19 to the under as a favorite. Edwardsville 2-8 to the under as a dog. All right, next up, we've got Alabama State taking on Auburn. We saw Alabama State with that great win to get into the NCAA tournament with their play-in victory, just to get a date here with the number 1 seeded Auburn Tigers. In this one, Auburn favored by 32.5, total 149. So here you do have that old blowouts or high score or low scoring, but here you have the total definitely moving a little bit higher here this morning. 149.5. It's kind of gone back and forth. It feels like a little bit, but still for Alabama State, they've won 7 in a row. Give them this credit here in this one for winning their tournament, winning the play-in game, and all that. They went 4-9 straight up in their non-conference games. Alabama State is not really a great shooting team inside. They kind of do most of their work from downtown, and they're kind of weak on the boards too. A top 225 team on the defensive class. They were down in that game on Tuesday night by 6 with 10 minutes to play. Rallied for the win, 70-68. They're kind of deep, given their limited roster here. They come in not only on this winning streak, they've been doing some covering as well. They've covered 7 of their last 10. For Auburn here, they went 11-1 in their non-conference games. They've lost 3 of their last 4 games. They were 27-2 at one point, and now they are 28-5. They've stumbled here, make no mistake, so they've got to kind of use this to kind of, get back going here a little bit, even though it's a 32.5 point favorite. Now, Auburn does have a top 15 field goal defense and real tough inside. That's what's going to be the problem. It feels like for Alabama State is stopping anything inside, as Auburn should have free will inside. But don't forget, Auburn last year, they were in the 13-4 game, and they got beat by they got beat by Yale. Remember, in that game. So Tigers have won. Pardon me, you guys. Really fired up here. Tigers have won 7 of their last 8 first-round games in the NCAA tournament, but that means little here when you're talking about this big spread. So what can we look at with this one? Auburn did play Alabama State last year and beat them in a regular season game 82-62. They led 46-25 at halftime of that game. SEC first round SEC right now, just 9-12. ATS are usually favored most of the time. SWAC teams are 4-3 against the spread in their last 7 appearances in the first round. Let's go to the chat here in this one with Auburn and Alabama State. Here we go. And Thomas is going to take Alabama State here. Cash Kane says, take Alabama State. Thomas is going to tease the big dogs, take a few more points on there. And Sports Money says they're going to, they got that late bucket just to get rocked here in this one. Thomas says going under here. Yeah, I mean, it does feel that way. I just have a feeling right now. And Terrell mentioned it there. Look, like I said, they played last year. So, all right, I've actually got the over in this game. I think Auburn has their way, and I'm really just going to need Alabama State, hopefully, to get into the 60s here. I think they've got an okay team. Hey, we've got a little bit of steam coming in here for the action tonight. We got to pass along some college tournament steam here. St. John's and Nebraska Omaha is getting steamed right now to the over in this one with St. John's and Nebraska Omaha. Man, this one's been going up all week. This has been one of the biggest totals movers of the week. It feels like it's all the way up to 149 here now with Nebraska Omaha and St. John's. Good morning to Shannon in the chat. I'm taking the over in this one. I am a believer in that blowouts are unders, but I also do think that maybe Auburn could get a little bit feisty here there. But I actually think I kind of prefer Alabama State to kind of cut their way out a little bit, and that Auburn has the tools and wherewithal to put up a big number, but I think they will be slacking a little bit in the end, and this one may end up possibly in the 92-68 range or something like that. So yeah, I know it looks to me, Auburn can take their time and set up, but I think they just might have a big advantage. Okay, that's it for that one. These big spreads, I mean, these are tricky, but I'll go with the over in this one. And I'm on the under in a lot of these blowouts. Don't get me wrong. Okay, let's keep it going here right now. We got 3 more to look at here in the NCAA tournament. And we've got McNeese and Clemson here. Look, McNeese obviously in the news here over the last 24, 36 hours in talking about their predicament here with Coach Wade, the former Clemson Tiger, head coach of McNeese. And he's leaving McNeese. But again, I think the writing was on the wall here with Wade. They built the team for this moment and for their tournament too, right? We talked about him earlier in the season that McNeese had all these. They got Division II guys. They've got Division I. They've built a real good team, and that's why they ripped through their conference play and had such an incredible season, winning 22 of their last 23 games coming into this one. They were just 1-4 straight up against top 100s, but they were close. And when I say close, I mean they lost by 8, by 7, by 4, by 3 in those games against top 100s. They were in there in single digits every single time. McNeese is a top 20 team in forcing turnovers. They beat North Texas this season 68-61. That's probably their best win of the season. We talked about North Texas in the NIT. Now McNeese does have trouble rebounding. They're really weak on the defensive glass especially, but Cowboys, they were in the NCAA tournament last year, and a lot of people talked about how they went out kind of with a clunk, lost to Gonzaga by 20, 85-65. But here for Clemson, they've won 15 of their last 17 games coming into this one. Tigers in the tournament for the 4th time in their last 7 years. Last year, Clemson went all the way to the Elite Eight. I talked about my futures bet on Clemson. A pretty stiff little bet here for sure. $15 to win 1,200. So we got that one in at a pretty good price early on, and still be a long road to hose. Tough game here. 5-12 game today. McNeese and Clemson. Tigers 8-3 in their non-conference schedule. 2 of those games went to overtime. Or let's see. They had some of the games went to overtime. A couple of the games, maybe more than that. They played some overtime games for sure. I don't recall here. I don't want to look it up right now. So, anyways, Southland teams 5-3 against the spread. Their last 8 games in the NCAA tournament, and underdogs in the 5-12. Not bad. 11-9 against the spread last 5 years. Here, let's go to the chat in this one. McNeese and Clemson. Interesting matchup. All right, R. Thompson's on Clemson. Thomas will tease McNeese. Cash Kane just says take McNeese money line. Robert likes the under in this one, and I agree with Robert. Give me the under here in a real grinder tonight with Clemson and McNeese this afternoon. I'm going to take the under here in this one at 134. All right, next up. VCU and BYU here with BYU favored from the Big 12 here, minus 2.5 and the total 147.5. That one's gone up here a little bit. Let's update the total. And maybe it's actually gone. Yeah, I think we can say 2.5, but some of the books are starting to move here towards VCU here a little bit in this one. So let's see what you got with these two. Oops. For VCU here, they come in uh, having won 18 of their last 20 games. They did play on Sunday afternoon, remember, in their conference tournament win. So they have to get out here to Denver, where maybe BYU might have a little bit of a advantage with the surroundings a little bit in the Mile High City. Uh, BYU 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 games overall. VCU was an underdog just twice this season. They went 0-2 in those games against the spread. Although they were 20-13 against the spread overall, BYU 16-10 against the spread overall for VCU. They were 9-3 in non-conference play. They've got the number one defense in the country with effective field goal percentage. That has to be respected no matter what conference that you are in. VCU, very experienced in the NCAA tournament. This is the third time in the last 5 years they have been here, but they've lost in the first round for 4 straight tournaments. Their last win was back 9 years ago. For BYU, they've won 9 of their last 10. They went 9-2 in non-conference play. They've got a top 10 field goal shooting offense to the Cougars, and their top 30 team on the defensive glass. BYU also in the tournament for the third time in their last 5 seasons here, but they've also lost 5 first-round games and haven't won in the tournament in 14 years coming in. So both teams looking to break the ice here a little bit. In the Atlantic, 10 teams coming in. Let's see here. They're kind of negligible. But how about this one? Last 6 years, underdogs in the 6-11 game are 15-9 against the spread. So the dogs have it in the 11-6 matchup. I'm going over in this one. Look, 147.5. That one's kind of getting away from me here. So I'm going over with BYU and VCU. I talked about that defense, yes, but I am still going to take the over in this one with BYU and VCU. BYU was 19-14 to the over this season, as was VCU. I will say those 2 games that VCU did play as an underdog both went under. Let's go to the chat right now and see what you have with BYU and VCU. All right, let's see here. Terrell took Clemson back in that other game. Thomas is on BYU. Robert's on VCU. Cash Kane. VCU money line. R. Tom's first half over in the VCU game, and Thomas likes the over as well. So you guys are a little bit with me on that one on the over. That really does kind of scare me, though, that 147.5 right there. I don't know why I didn't know it went up a couple of points, but it is my free play after all. I'll take the over. All right, I've got one more that I'm looking at of the 16 teams today. Hopefully you'll catch me on some other channels or subscribe to the picks a little bit. But we're previewing all these day games here, and we got to say one of the best here with Georgia and Gonzaga. Here, Gonzaga. 6.5, total 150.5 here. This one's in Wichita. Today for Georgia, they went 20-12, 8-10 in the SEC. They've won 4 of their last 5 games. Coming into this one, Georgia hasn't been in the NCAA tournament in 9 years. So how much experience do they really have going up against a perennial tournament team like Gonzaga here in this one? I mean, after all, Gonzaga's here pretty much every year. They are here every year. So first time in a while. Last time the Georgia Bulldogs won an NCAA tournament game was 22 years ago. And they just happened to be an 8 seed at that time. I don't know if that plays into it at all. But Georgia did go 11-1 in non-conference play. They were 6-12 straight up against opponents in the top 50. The last 3 years, SEC teams, as I mentioned, 9-12 against the spread in the first round. So now you do have a coach here in Coach White that has won. Remember before with his years past, but for Gonzaga here, they've won 11 of their last 13 games. They've been to the Sweet 16 for 9 years in a row. So they've got the experience here. They went 4-6, however, straight up against top 50s this season. They were also 2-8 in games decided by 8 points or less. 2-8 straight up, actually. Gonzaga, a top 10 team, field goal shooting percentage inside the arc, and Gonzaga 8-6 against the spread. Their last 10 tournament games coming in. So, all right, I'm ready to see what you guys have. Gonzaga coming in on a winning streak. Of course, Georgia lost to Oklahoma in the conference tournament. Gonzaga, of course, won the conference tournament, only had to play 2 games to do it. Gonzaga just 14-19 against the spread as a favorite this season. Let's go to the chat here. This is the last game we're previewing. Oh my God. Maybe I should have just did all 16 games and kick out those other, kick out the hockey here today. All right. Here we go with Thomas is going to tease Georgia here. There's Cash Game, Georgia money line, and go over. Andrew's on the over here in this one. Terrell's on the over as well. Robert's on the over. R. Thompson's on the over. That's a lot of overs. Robert is going to lean to Georgia. I'm taking the Gonzaga Bulldogs here against the Georgia Bulldogs. Oh, well, we've got a cat game and we got a dog game. I'm going to take Gonzaga here, minus the points, up to 6.5 now. Really wanted to get involved at a lower number, a little bit bigger, but Georgia over is a consensus play from the chat here. So maybe just if I could, maybe a little teaser here a little bit. I want you to get my subscription plays today, but I will say that over total is in my premium picks winnable today. So there's one. All right. And Justin's on Georgia. That's it, you guys. That is it tonight. Oh, man. Okay, there's still plenty more action to come. Mikey will be back at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific. Still plenty of more games to go, as we mentioned, for tonight's card. I'll be around also on some other shows, but you still got all those other fun games tonight, including Tennessee and Wofford. You have the Vols at strong number 2 seed. UCLA and Utah State. Can Utah State do something for the Mountain West? This terrible, terrible conference in the NCAA tournament. Utah State, the Mountain West seeds, 8 or higher, coming in at a 27% clip all time ATS. So not great. Also, other matchups tonight include UCSD and Michigan, of course, as we mentioned. Texas Tech and Wilmington. We mentioned that steam on the St. John's game. Yale and Texas A&M as well. So be on the lookout for all those games today. Hopefully set your notifications here. All right, that's going to do it for the college coverage, you guys. All right, Thomas is on Utah State. And we're not going to spend too much time on these. I'm going to give you my picks is what I'm going to do in these other sports, but we know what the big event is today. But let's get back to some NBA here. All right. Hopefully that's okay with everybody. We're going to just kind of string out the coverage a little bit. Thank you, Spoons. Appreciate it. I don't want to lose anybody. We got 75 of you in here right now, but we're going to move on to the NBA now, and we'll get to the coverage later on throughout the day on the Sports Money Network. All right. And I think Mikey's just posted his action, I think, here in the posts tab for the early games. So check that out. Mikey's got his top 3 plays underneath the posts tab right now. All right. We've got 5 games in the NBA tonight. Let's go to them. They'll be quick here. We want to get ready and fire up a big breakfast. What I'm going to do, watch the games. All right, NBA action tonight with the Nets and the Pacers here in this one. The Pacers are a pretty big favorite here over the Nets tonight, of course. A lot of teams did play yesterday, including the Pacers. They blew that game there against Dallas yesterday. They didn't blow the game. They blew the spread is what they ended up blowing. They won the game 135 to 131 yesterday. Did the Pacers, and they got a back-to-backer here against the Brooklyn Nets. See if I can catch up here a little bit and get into the right position for these games and talk about them. All right. For the Pacers here in this one, they are a 9-point favorite, and the total now 223. Is that right? Oh my gosh. Oh. Well, 224 maybe. I'm going to call it 223 flat because I think it's only going in one direction. Spread has gone down here to about 8.5 here in this one with the Nets taking on the Pacers. Here in this one, the Indiana Pacers have won 8 straight games at home against sub-500 teams coming in, but they have dropped the spread in 13 straight games when playing as a favorite on a back-to-back. And Brooklyn is hard trying. We know that, even with all their losses here. They've lost 4 out of their last 5, but went 4-1 against the spread. They're 21-14 against the spread on the road, 33-25 against the spread as a dog. Pacers just don't show a lot of interest in covering these type of games. Now, Brooklyn's got a lot of unders going on here of late, and they're 30-39 to the under overall, 26-33 to the under as a dog. Indiana 18-22 to the under as a favorite. Man, this thing took a tumble. There. I saw the widely reported steam come in on the game just before the show started, but I didn't know it was going to go this low. Give me the under here. I got to take it as my play on the show here. Maybe I was going total, but I mean on the side. You probably know what I'm doing over there, but give me the under here now. We've lost some value for sure, down to 224 at some places. You can get it at 224 if you like my play. I'll go under here with Brooklyn and Indiana here in this one. All right, let me go to the chat here real quick. See if we got any plays here with. Whoops. Our Thomas is on the Nets here. Good morning to Textiles here. Thomas was on Brooklyn as well. Cash Kane says Pacers will get this cover tonight. Mavs are better than the Nets, and the spread is lower for the Nets. So he has a little deductive reasoning there. But, man, that just stands out that the Pacers cannot cover any game right now. 13 in a row. The season isn't that long. You don't win a whole lot of, if you're Indiana, I mean, how many games are you going to win here? And they fail to cover in 13 straight on a back-to-back as a favorite. Man. Okay, Robert's going to take him, though, here. I'm on the under. Knicks and Hornets here in this one. The Knicks, of course, we talked about it, right? They did not do the job at all there yesterday in that game against the Spurs and our man Mamu with that big game. But the Knicks ended up losing the game to the Spurs last night. Spurs did a nice job in that game, and I had them as a premium pick selection yesterday, and I also had the under here on the show. So maybe we got these teams under our belts a little bit. Knicks are a 7.5-point favorite. The total 221.5 or so in this one. For the Knicks, we know they haven't been a great cover necessarily, 30-36 ATS. Charlotte, though, is 33-24 against the spread this season as an underdog. So do have a little bit going here for Charlotte, but it does seem like they're getting blown out now in a few games for sure of late. They lost to 32 by Atlanta. They lost to the Clippers by 45 points or so. I don't remember what it was, but they've had some issues here for sure of late, have the Hornets, and I don't know if they can maybe turn it around here despite their good cover record. Let's go maybe to the chat and see what you got here in this one. New York's not covering back-to-backs either. They've lost against the spread 1-7 ATS in their last 8 games on the back-to-back. So I don't want to give out Charlotte necessarily. I'm going with the over here in this one. The Knicks have gone under in 5 of their last 6 games, but I'm going to end up on the over here. They did score 125 points on Charlotte in their last meeting. So far, the Knicks are 30-26 to the over as a favorite. Charlotte's a big-time under team. We know that, but I've got the over here tonight at 222. And see if we got any picks here. Maybe Thomas on the Knicks. Our Thomas likes the under and Robert's on the under. They're going against me, but I get it. The numbers would say an under here, but I'll take the over here tonight with that weak Charlotte defense for sure, and we'll see if the Knicks can do their share this time. Obviously, yesterday's game was 225 points against the Spurs with the Knicks on the road, so we'll see. And Terrell got to keep us updated a little bit. We shouldn't ignore the injuries necessarily just because we're going quickly here. LaMelo probable in this one. Miles Bridges probable as well. Knicks money line for Cash Kane. Bulls and Kings tonight. You got the Kings here, -7. And the total here, 233.5. This one's gone down a little bit for sure here this morning with the Bulls and the Kings. Maybe it's easy to see why the way these two teams are coming in. Sacramento, a real fine performance there yesterday in that game against the Cleveland Cavs and beat them. Remember, we said Cleveland. Yeah, I know I went with Cleveland, but man, I should have. I threw my own caution to the wind, right? I'm like, well, the Cleveland, if they're going to have a losing skid or maybe be down a little bit, maybe it'll be on that West Coast trip. And there it was, Sacramento with the win last night, putting me to shame. Chicago, meanwhile, did. Decent performance for sure against Phoenix last night. Now, they may have covered the spread. They may have not. I think when we were on the show yesterday, I got it written down here at 6.5. It definitely went down to 5.5 and the game landed 6. So I'm not going to take a win or a victory lap or anything in that one. But the Bulls did hang in there last night in the game. And they come in here. They're toast. Sacramento's won 2 straight, including that win over the Cavs. They beat Memphis before that. So a couple of nice wins here for the Kings of late. Both teams are 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 games. Sacramento 12-18 though against the spread at home. The Kings are 30-22 to the over as a dog. Meanwhile, Sacramento 20-12 to the over at home. But I don't know. I don't think that's the way this goes. You see the total already moved down here. Sacramento has gone over in every home game for the last 3 weeks or month, it feels like. But too high for me. I'm going under at 233.5 in this one. Sacramento has covered 5 straight as a favorite, but I'm going to go with the under here. I think that move is significant in this one. I think the Sharps here might have it right this morning, and I'm going to go under here. Sacramento for Thomas. Cash Kane on the Bulls. Terrell's on the Bulls. And yeah, flip-flop the back-to-back. And our Thompson on the Bulls. A lot of Bulls support here in this one. Bulls have, what can you say? They did a nice job in a lot of these games. They were on a cover streak until last night. And again, like I said, you might have had them covering the spread in that one, but officially they did not. But why we were in the morning steam, we said 6.5. Anyway. All right. Bulls are a consensus play. Thank you, Thomas. All right. We're doing a good job here. Wait till we get to the hockey. We're really going to whip through that. Here we go. 2 more games. Raptors and Warriors here. Hey, how about the Warriors? Did a pretty good job in that last game, right? Without Curry, as Butler stepped up big time there. We know that RJ Barrett is out of this game for the Raptors here. Look, the thought process was they're going to sit Barrett here. Walter out. Grady Dick is out as well. So Raptors a little bit shorthanded here. They were playing pretty well. They did run into it against Phoenix, got blown out, but they were on a cover streak before that, pretty much hanging in there the whole time against opponents. Like Portland, they lost but covered. Beat Utah, they beat Philly, they beat Washington, all weak opponents. But the Warriors here off the win over Milwaukee the other night. They won and covered behind Butler without Curry here, but looks like everything will be back to normal today. 14-point spread and the total 225.5 here. It's gone down a little bit at this point, but see what you guys have here in this one. The Warriors and the Raptors tonight. Golden State 1-5 against the spread last 6 games, coming off of a win. Going to the chat here. Art Thomas is on the Warriors. Thomas is on the Warriors, and Robert is on the under here in this one. All right. I'll get ready to make my call here. Toronto 33-22 against the spread as a dog, 19-13 against the spread on the road. Toronto has gone under 14-19 to the under on the road. But for me, let me make sure this one, I've got the over. I'm going over in this one. Look, it's down to 226, 225.5. I'll leave the spread up there that I got, 226.5. I'm going over, actually. Going against Robert again. Uh-oh. All right, we got some steam coming in right now. It's an important one. It's on that first game of the day. We're getting the steam right now on the Creighton-Louisville game. You guys said consensus over, but right now, wait on it if you haven't bet, because the total's going down here right now to 144.5. Pretty much everywhere. We're seeing action at Bet Online and Bovada here right now. Total moving to the under here with Creighton and Louisville here this morning, just moments ago. All right. All right, one more in the NBA. The Bucks are at the Lakers tonight. The Lakers coming off the win there last night. Yeah, the Nuggets mailed it in. They didn't put any of their players in, so Lakers were able to have an easy one here, it feels like. And still going to be without LeBron, so the key is to have Luka in there, and he was obviously for that one. Lakers have won 3 straight. The Bucks have lost 2 in a row here, including a loss to the Warriors last time out. Lakers have won 3 straight and covered 4 straight. They're a juggernaut here at this point. The steam has kind of come in here on the Lakers. It's mostly threes out there right now. Total is up here to 227.5 here in this one, with the Bucks favored in this one. So will Luka not play in this game? Is that what's going to happen? Is that why we're seeing the Bucks favored here in this one? It's not like the Bucks are any better than the Lakers, are they? The Lakers have the better record. But could Luka be sitting? He's not on any list. He's not on any, but it just feels like that's what's going to happen here tonight. So what are you going to do when the Lakers take on the Bucks in this one? Lakers 16-11 against the spread as an underdog. We'll see what happens, but 24-11 against the spread at home. Milwaukee 13-9 against the spread on the road. Thomas likes the under here in this one. Milwaukee 28-20 to the over as a favorite, but who will be favored if Luka is in or out? Will this line shift a little bit? I'm taking the under in this one with the Bucks and the Lakers. It has been steamed to the over, but I'm going to fade the steam tonight and take the under with Thomas. Not much else from the chat here in this one, probably because we don't, one of those things we just don't know what's going to happen, but still, Lakers have covered the spread in 8 straight home games right now. And even if he sits, they, I wouldn't put it past the Lakers to hang in there with a makeshift lineup. Terrell likes it over, possibly. All right. That's it for basketball there. Let's go to the NHL. We're going to whip through these for sure real quick, like it, get done with the show and get on with our March Madness, everybody. If you have picks in hockey, get ready, because there are 14 games. They make no mistake, they could care less about the NCAA tournament. Flames and Devils will start us off here. Pretty good matchup here tonight with two decent teams here. New Jersey minus $1.80, 5.5 under at minus $1.25 or so, it looks like here in this one. The Devils here have been pretty hot of late. They're coming in off of a win over Columbus, 2-1. They got blown out by Pittsburgh, but were on a winning streak before that. Calgary, meanwhile, snapped their 3-game losing streak with a win over the Rangers last time out back 2 nights ago. For Calgary here, they've lost 9 straight on the road when coming in off of a road win here, but still a pretty big price on New Jersey. What can you do here in this one? New Jersey, not great probably on the puck line in this situation. New Jersey 21-34 is a puck line favorite. Calgary 24-19 as a puck line dog here in this one. Surely you might think under in this game because New Jersey's 20-34 to the under as a favorite, and Calgary's 17-24 to the under as a dog. But I don't know if I'm going to actually go that direction here with these two. And I'm going to take the over, mostly because of the juice on this price, and hope they get to 6 goals. But I'm taking the over here with Calgary and New Jersey. I do like New Jersey to win. I'm not going to give out $1.90 here, and I don't know if I like it on the puck line. So give me the over with Calgary and New Jersey. Robert likes the under here, though. Big O says, give me the Flames. I like going against the Devils here in spots like this. And you look at New Jersey, still 17-11 at home this season, but not totally profitable. Let's see here. I didn't have my profitability chart up that I like to use, that Thomas loves so much. All right. Let's see. Calgary's covered the puck line in 4 of their last 5 games on the road. New Jersey's gone under in 14 of their last 19 at home, but I'm going over. Next up, Maple Leafs and the Rangers here in this one. You got the Rangers $1.25. 5.5 over at minus $1.25. Another good game here with Toronto having won 2 straight coming into this one. And the Rangers here have lost 2 straight coming in. Rangers with losses to Calgary and Edmonton at home. Meanwhile, Toronto won at home against Colorado and against Calgary to snap a 2-game losing streak when they beat the Flames 6-2, then bounce right back up and beat Colorado 2-1. Toronto here 19-11 on the road. They've done a nice job for sure. Rangers here just 16-16 at home this season, but they are 26-20 as a favorite. But Toronto, impressive numbers here on the road of late. Toronto's gone over in 6 of their last 7 games on the road. They're 20-10 to the over on the road. Rangers are 12-23 to the under at home, but I've got this one going over here tonight. Rangers have gone under in 10 of their last 11 games at home. I can't give you anything that would tell you, other than Igor, that it might go over, but I don't want to badmouth Igor at all. But still, he comes in with just a 23-24 record, 2.78 goals against. And Stolarz, if he gets the nod, 13-8 with a 2.39 goals against. I've got the over with Toronto and the Rangers. All right, Robert's on the Leafs. Next up, Philadelphia and Washington here with Washington. Oh, man. You can't stop Washington, it feels like. Can you? Oh, did I go out of order here? Did I go out of order here? I'm sorry. Let me go back to it. I didn't talk about it yet, so I'm going to make sure I got it right. Here we go. I missed a couple of games there, right? Oh, there we go. Panthers and Blue Jackets. We got to go to this one. Panthers and the Blue Jackets here. A pretty good game here with Florida on the road, $1.90, 6 under 20. Now, the Blue Jackets are in a funk here, and maybe the good mojo at home maybe has run out a little bit here of late. Columbus with home losses, 3 consecutive home losses, 2 very good teams. VGK, Rangers, Devils lost them all, and they're going up against a team just as good, if not better, than some of those in the Florida Panthers here. So Columbus is starting to slide here right now a little bit, and they've got possibly Merzlikins in there, but also Jet Greaves been talked about a little bit, could be in goal here in this one. But I've got Bob and Merzlikins scheduled to go in this game. See what you guys have here in this one between Florida and Columbus tonight. Florida 34-21, straight up as a favorite. They are 24-31 though. On the puck line as a favorite. Columbus 35-21 is a puck line dog. They're still 23-9, straight up at home. But again, it's just been a little funky here of late, it feels like, with these 2 teams. So let's see what you got here. I'm going over in this one with Florida and Columbus tonight. I got to go over here at 6 under. Maybe it's 6 under 15 right now. These 2 teams have been going under of late. Both teams are 3-7 to the under in their last 10, but Columbus 20-12 to the over at home, 31-24 to the over as a dog. And also, 6 of the last 7 meetings between these 2 teams in Columbus have gone over. So Florida under in 7 of their last 8 games overall. And Florida's won 5 straight meetings between the 2 teams. Columbus is 11-2 on the puck line at home last 13 games. Let's go to the chat. And we've got Robert going with the under. And good morning to Reddy Samedi. Great to see you, Reddy. Great to see you. Nice to see you, Reddy. I love that family pick. All right. if that is the family pick. Okay, here we go. Next up. We're working quickly here if I could figure out the graphics. Avalanche and Senators here with Wedgwood on the road in this one against Senators here with Lena Solmark. In this one, you've got Colorado coming in here, $1.15, maybe $1.20 at this point. Colorado coming in off of a loss to Toronto to snap a 2-game winning streak. Ottawa had their long winning streak snapped by Montreal last time out, 6-3 in that one. But Ottawa's been hot, 7-2-1 in the last 10. Colorado 8-1-1 in their last 10. Colorado 18-15 on the road. Ottawa 20-9 at home this season. Colorado's won the last 5 meetings between these two teams, but Colorado had a 6-game winning streak before that loss last time out. 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone over, and that's where I'm headed in this one. I'm going over with Colorado and Ottawa. Now, the numbers might not add up here. You got Colorado 14-20 to the under on the road, Ottawa 10-18 to the under as a dog, but I'm going over in this one. Maybe on the season series a little bit, not really when coming with these Eastern Conference, Western Conference games, but I am taking the over in this one with the Avalanche and the Senators here in this one. It's actually 7 straight meetings between the two teams that have gone over here. So, all right. Ottawa, though, this is a tough matchup for them, but this is probably their best type of position. They've won 7 of their last 8 at home as a dog when coming off of a road loss. All right, let's see what else we've got here. And good morning to Sharpie in the chat. Really appreciate you stopping by here, Sharpie. And enjoy the basketball today if you're into it. And Robert's on the Avs. And Irish King said he scored 2-0 last night in the NHL. I don't think I was so lucky here. I took Seattle. Remember, what was I thinking? It was a good game there until Minnesota scored 3 goals in 1:30. It was 0-0, man. I thought we were going to get out of that first period alive, and next thing you know, it was 3-0. All right, let's keep it moving here with the coverage today. The Flyers, and there's the Flyers and the Capitals. Here with the Capitals, a big 250 favorite against the Flyers, and the total here 5.5. Over 20 in this one with the Red Hot Capitals here. A couple of wins in a row right now over Detroit and San Jose. Beatable competition, but so are the Flyers. Obviously, coming into this one, Flyers have lost 2 straight against Tampa Bay and Carolina for a 2-game losing streak coming into this one. Washington continues to beat up division opponents for sure, and they've also been covering the puck line a little bit when they are favored. So pretty just great team. What can you say about what Washington has done this season? They are 20-15 on the puck line at home, and Philadelphia just 3-7 on the puck line in their last 10 games. Overall, coming in, Washington has gone over in 7 of their last 8 games at home against the Flyers, win off of a win, but I've got to take Washington here on the puck line tonight. Washington -1.5 at -$1.10 or so, I think, right now, and I'm going to take Washington here. Maybe they're even money or so at some of the some of the square books here right now. So I'm on Washington on the puck line. Nothing from you guys in the comments. We got 50 of you in here right now, but everybody wants basketball, so I don't mind if you're heading over to those other shows. I've got hockey picks, and we've been doing pretty well. So let's keep it going here with the Canadiens at the Islanders here in this one. You got the Canadiens on the road, and slight underdog right now to the Islanders. Interesting line there, really, right? With the Islanders $1.30 and the total 5.5 over 20. Just shows what maybe we're seeing Canadians playing pretty good here once again with a couple of wins in a row over Ottawa and Florida. Islanders also with a 2-game winning streak. They beat Florida and Pittsburgh. Montreal 7-1-2 in their last 10 games overall. They're on a bit of a roll here right now. And look, I think they could probably hang in there for sure in this one. And can they win, though, against the Isles at this? It looks like a decent price here for this Islanders team. But Islanders have gone under. Let's see here. Islanders have gone over in each of those 2 wins. Let me get it right here. Islanders have won 11 of their last. Feel like I'm losing my mind here. Islanders are 11-1 on the puck line. Their last 12 games at home. That's a nifty return if they were to get it done here. But they are 11-21 as a puck line favorite. Montreal 38-20 as a puck line dog, but you got to lay a pretty price here in this one. Montreal has covered the puck line in 5 straight between these 2 teams, and they've covered the puck line in 5 straight games on the road. Islanders 18-14 to the over at home. Islanders have lost 4 of their last 5 games against Montreal at home, but I'm going to go with the under here in this one between Montreal and the Islanders here in this one tonight. Give me the under. Maybe we got some from the chat here. Good morning to Billy Ho. He's got the under with me there, and Robert is on the Islanders. Next up here, we're halfway through our hockey card, and we can't go fast enough. Maybe if we talk here the whole time, then the game will start. The games will start. Canucks. Who's Lackinen? We forgot an A and we forgot a K for Mr. Lackinen. There we go. How disrespectful. There we go. Vancouver on the road here, taking on the Blues. Blues favorite in this one, $1.40-ish, maybe $1.45, 5.5 under. Getting more heavily juiced right now for sure. We're seeing this one with a strong move to the under here in this one. And, man, I got to adjust it for sure because I'm probably going to go with the under. St. Louis has won 3 straight games coming in. They beat Nashville, Anaheim, and Minnesota. Wasn't the toughest schedule, but they've been rolling through it a little bit. Vancouver comes in off of a win over Winnipeg, 6-2. They've won 3 of their last 4 games coming into this one. St. Louis is 12-7 as a favorite. Vancouver 15-22 as an underdog. Let's see what you got here with the Blues tonight. Taking on the Canucks. St. Louis has covered the puck line in 5 straight games at home. Underdog has won 4 straight meetings between these 2 teams. Vancouver has gone over in 4 of their last 5 games. The Blues are 12-7 to the over as a favorite. But Vancouver is 14-22 to the under as an underdog. And this move is pretty heavy to the under. St. Louis has won 5 of their last 6 games at home. I'm going with the under in this one. Man, it's even 5.5 under 35 now at some books. So not a great price. We're not getting the best of it here. I got to go under with the Canucks and the Blues tonight. And Robert likes the Canucks here on the road, plus money. Next up, the Lightning are going to take on the Stars here in a pretty decent game here. Stars, $1.25, 6 under 20 or so in this one, maybe 5.5, heavily juiced to the over. But Dallas here at home in this one, they're coming in off of a win that snapped a 2-game losing streak as they beat Anaheim 4-3. Tampa Bay, meanwhile, with consecutive wins over Boston and Philadelphia here of late. Tampa Bay has won 12 of their last 16 games overall. They've gone 11-4 on the puck line, last 15 overall. Dallas has won 5 straight at home. They're 25-7 straight up at home. Tampa Bay just 6-12 as an underdog this season. Dallas has gone over in 7 of their last 8 games at home, and they continue to be an over team here of late. A team that, has been an under team all season, but not here over the last several weeks. Dallas has been all overs. Still, they're going up against a Tampa Bay team that is 6-11 to the under as an underdog. So I'm going over, though. I got to go over here in this one, the way Dallas is going. And look, I have it listed at 5 on over 30. You can grade me at 6 under 20 if you want. I'll take the over, though, as my play. You can get plenty of 5.5s heavily juiced out there if you so choose, but I'm going to go with the over in Tampa Bay and Dallas. The Kings are taking on the Blackhawks tonight on the road. The Kings, we know they're not great on the road, but these Blackhawks are struggling big time right now. They're on a losing streak for sure. Here, LA's won 5 of their last 6 games. They lost to Minnesota to snap that 5-game winning streak last time out, but it's been a good time here of late. Still, LA just 13-18 on the road this season. Chicago 19-45 as an or 9. What are they? 20. They suck. I can't even read my notes here on this one with Chicago. Now, Chicago has covered 6 of the last 7 on the puck line against the Kings. Kings come in 14-25 on the puck line. Chicago 35-29 on the puck line, 19-13 on the puck line at home. Chicago's gone over in 5 straight at home coming into this one, but the Kings have gone under in 6 of their last 7. Usually the winning team gets 4 or 5, and then the losing team gets 1, and that's Chicago. But I'm still going to go over here in this one at 5.5. Chicago's struggling big time right now. Maybe the Kings can get the puck line. They're not great on the road, no matter how bad the opponent is, it seems like. So I'm going to take the over here in this one with the Kings and Chicago here tonight. Chicago, this losing streak, they lost to Seattle 6-2, Vancouver 6-2, Sharks 4-2, Colorado 3-0, Nashville. So really bad run here right now for the Blackhawks. I'm going to take the over. We did skip the Anaheim-Nashville game. Look, I know Anaheim. I'm going to, if I had to make a decision right now, I'm going to count Anaheim out of the playoffs. I don't think they can get enough going. We know Mikey has Nashville to win the Stanley Cup, but that's another story. I think Anaheim is really up against it from this point, especially considering their schedule left and their division opponents. I think they're done for. I don't think my Ducks are going to the playoffs here this season, so we skipped that game. Could have picked it there the way we talked about it. All right. There's Luukkonen. Oh, man, what was I doing? Okay, so I did. That's how dumb I am. I mean, I spelt Lankinen like it was Luukkonen, and I don't know what I was thinking there. What a dummy I am. Anyway, Sabres here. Talk about Dunsky. The Sabres are just that, but they're up against Utah here. Utah just a couple of points out of the wild card spots right now. They've been alternating wins and losses for the last 5 games. Utah's coming in off of a 7-1 loss at Edmonton. At least we had Edmonton on the puck line in that one. Buffalo has won 2 straight games, so they're still Dunsky. Coming into this one, Buffalo is 10-3 against this franchise in the last 13 games, 8 of the last 11 meetings. When Buffalo's been on the road against this franchise, has gone under. Remember, they were Arizona last year and the years prior, but also Utah's gone under in 8 of their last 10 games at home. Coming into this one. So I'm just reeling off the picks. You guys are pretty much done with it, it feels like, at this point. So we'll see what we want to do here. But I know what I'm going to do here. And $1.75, that's a little bit tough. Utah doesn't seem like a great puck line team. They're 9-24 as a puck line favorite. Buffalo 25-15 as a puck line dog. maybe $1.75. I'll go to the total here in this one. Give me the under between Buffalo and Utah. I'm going to take the under here. Utah going under quite a bit at home. I'll take the under. Okay. Not much going on in the chat. I'll keep going. Get the show over with. Let's get to the madness. Jets and Oilers here in this one. The Oilers are on a 3-game winning streak. Red hot, pretty hot right now. Anyway, they beat Utah, of course, 7-1. Beat the Rangers 3-1. Beat the Isles 2-1. Winnipeg had their 3-game winning streak snapped by Vancouver last time out. Oilers a reasonable $1.25 here against the Jets in this key matchup here tonight. One of the games of the night, for sure, if not the game of the night between Edmonton and Winnipeg. Winnipeg has covered 6 out of the last 7 puck lines on the road against Edmonton and 4 of the last 5 puck lines overall. Don't say 5 and puck and too fast. Edmonton's gone over in 5 of their last 6 games at home. However, they've gone under in 4 of their last 5 games overall. Now, Winnipeg, kind of an under team this season, 30-36 to the under here. And we'll see if you guys are playing this one tonight with Winnipeg taking on Edmonton here. Pick in the chat from Robert. Thank you, Robert. Holding the fort down for the chat all-stars. Got 55 of you here watching right now as we get ready for the madness. And for me, let me see here. Now, we got Robert taking the Oilers here. I mean, I can't disagree with that. Let me see if I can give us another play here. Pretty sure I'm on the under here, and I can go ahead and take it. Yeah, give me the under. Robert said Edmonton, so I'll take the under here as my play between these two. You have Edmonton 14-18 to the under at home, 26-31 to the under as a favorite. We talked about Edmonton. Maybe they've been going over at home, but under of late against this Winnipeg team. I'll go under. Okay, a couple more here. We're almost done. Bruins and VGK. You got VGK, big favorite here, 250, 5.5 over at minus. It's not even 250. It's higher than that, right? Let me go to it real quick here. 285. Anybody for 285? Well, I'm going to move this one. I'm going to end up on the puck line here as my play. Give me the puck line with Vegas to blow out Boston tonight. We're not going to get too much into this one. I mean, you got Boston coming in here with three straight losses to Buffalo, Tampa Bay, and Ottawa. Vegas has lost 2 straight on the road. They're back home after a 4-game road trip. They lost 3 of the 4 games on the road trip, but I got to take them here in this one. Vegas has been covering the puck line at home like nobody's business. They're 29-26 as a puck line favorite, but 22-12 on the puck line at home. Come on, they're favored every time in that role. They've covered the puck line here quite a bit. Also, Boston 13-19 on the puck line on the road. Seems like a good puck line for Vegas. I'm gonna try the puck line here. Twisted's got Louisville. I don't know if he's behind us on the show or if he wants to make sure he gets in his play on that first game. Hi, Twisted. One more, show's over. Hurricanes and Sharks. Or as I like to call them, the Sharks. That's what they call them in Boston. The Sharks. All right, let me fix that. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. All right, there we go. The Sharks. Will they have Romanov in goal here today in this one against the Hurricanes? I think that's what the order calls for. Let me check the confirmed goalies here before we get out of here in this last game. Do the drawing and get ready to go. All right, Capitals with Charlie Lindgren. They're in goal. We said Thompson would be the goalie in there for the Caps, but it ends up Lindgren here in this one. We're on the puck line with Washington, no problem. Markstrom in there for the Devils. Olmark, likely. He was in the starter's crease this morning for the Sens. And Elvis is in there for the Blue Jackets. Igor's in there for the Rangers. Bennington for the Blues. Sorokin in there for the Islanders today. And I think that's it. So let's go. Aiden Hill for the Knights. And it will be Georgi Romanov here. He will make his first career start in this one for the Sharks. So he comes up here to, probably be the backup here late. I don't know what's going to go on here. Vanacek got traded to Florida. So you got Romanov here, 25 years old, played for San Jose. This San Jose Barracuda in the AHL. He was 21 games, 3.1 goals against, and a 90% save percentage here. And it's his first NHL start. So what are you going to do? You got to take the Hurricanes here. I'm sure they'll put it back in the back here and try to help protect their man. But, man, the Hurricanes are on fire right now for a big-time winning streak for Carolina, including some impressive wins. Beat Philly 5-0, beat Detroit 4-2, Tampa Bay 4-1, Winnipeg 4-2. Just a real good run right now. Even though San Jose has covered the puck line in 8 of the last 10 meetings against the Hurricanes, and also 4-1 their last 5 on the puck line at home. Carolina's won 5 straight. And they've also won 5 straight against the Sharks. I've got Carolina on the puck line. Maybe a little square on this hockey card, but you know what? Spent a lot of time on the basketball, of course, and this card pretty big, but I'll still have a premiums today. I imagine it could be 3 to 5 premiums here that I have selected out. So why not get my premium plays here? Let me get these here. Canes for Robert. All right. Twisted's behind, but he heard me say that. I don't know about Twisted. All right. You, my friend, are twisted, and I'm twisted with you. All right. That's going to do it for the Morning Steam Show. Let's do the drawing and get out of here. Thank you so much for joining me on this very exciting day. Don't forget, Mikey Money, 9 p.m. Eastern. 6 p.m. Eastern and 3 p.m. Pacific. Followed by live coverage here on the Sports Money Network, NCAA tournament coverage. It'll be on YouTube, so I'll be hanging out with the guys on the show, going over those late games, hopefully be rolling in a bunch of dough here. Get my premium plays over at winnable.com/Ramon. You can get more plays from me, including my top 5 plays for the early card in college basketball. They're up there right now, so you can get it for $2, I think, are the NCAA plays. You get all my plays for today, including the remainder of the NCAA card, plus basketball, NBA, and hockey for just $4 or $8 a week. Get your plays here. If you subscribe, I'll put on an extra. If you have 7 days with me today, I'll extend you for 10 days. If you get a month, I'll put on an extra week today. Just consider subscribing to these plays, even if you get the free package over there with my golf. If you want my golf plays, you can get those over at Winnable for free. Right now, we've got a pretty good leaderboard. Kevin Mitchell is up 5 under par against Mikey Money's Burns here, 3 under. Harley Hall, 3 under. Steven Yeager, 3 under right now. They're making the turn there a few holes ago. Benny On leads the group at 2 under here today with Xander and Andrew Putnam in the golf. So get my golf plays over there. Let's do the drawing here right now. We had a nice show, plenty of you in here. So let's see who is going to win the drawing. 40 of you here. Here we go. And there we go. And we're going to see who wins. And Thomas is put up there, I think. Let's take a look at it. It's a 4-teamer, I think, today. Louisville, Georgia over, the Bulls. Oh, it's only 3. Okay, so let me get this straight here. So it is not Louisville. You guys have not put Louisville in there. It is just, or no total on the Louisville game. It is just the Louisville Cardinals. It is not the total in that game. Okay, thank you, Thomas. Maybe it was because I was talking up the under. I don't know. Steam came in on the under. You guys had some overs, though, for sure. Okay, let's do the drawing right now. Spoons, Thomas, AOD, Justin, Charles, Joe W, Doubles, on Andrew, Sharpie, Cash Kane, and Sports fucking Money. If I don't let him take a shot at this, and it's not about the money for Sports Money here, he just likes to win. So Sports Money, Mikey Money, he gets a chance to win. Let's let him get a chance to win here today, you guys, and let's let Sports Money be in the pool. All right, that's going to do it. Thomas, hey, we do a drawing every day. We give Sports Money here a 3-teamer. Hopefully, hey, you know what? If Sports Money, he's going to immediately look. I know we got the tournament, but right now he is already in the YouTube algorithm trying to put in every keyword to get this thing up to 100,000 views so that I have to give Sports Money $600,000. And if he does that, we won't have to worry about giving him that money because we'll have blown up YouTube and we'll be famous and rich. So that's how it works. Half kidding, right? Go ahead and share, like, and subscribe and get our channel out there. Awesome, Mikey. You win. Hope you're still here. All right, it's going to do it for the show. Appreciate it. Let me put myself on the right screen here. All right. It's going to do it for the morning steam. We'll be back tomorrow. More coverage. We'll preview the first early games. We'll take care of you here on the Sports Money Network. Like I said, where those other channels are on, but you know what? We're on all the time here on the Sports Money Network. So really appreciate everyone tuning into me, supporting me here on the Sports Money Network. All right. And for the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. Have a great, great March Madness Thursday. We'll see you tonight right here on the Sports Money Network. Also, join me 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. I'll have more plays for you there. So please check me out there. And then Mikey Money, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. So you get some plays right in there, right up to the evening games. All right, that's going to do it. Have a great day.
Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with Sports Money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. Ramon Scott, Sports Money. Wake your ass up and let's get to the money.